BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle was supposed to be my introduction to the anime fighting game genre. Injustice 2 was my introduction to the fighting game genre, and now I currently make my living, or at least part of it, making videos about fighting games. Obviously, this has been a very difficult transition for me, trying to pick up multiple fighting games at once despite being very new to them, but I was excited about BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, and I still am, but there is some... I don't really know how to explain it. There is some troubling news, potentially troubling news. BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle excited me because of the Ruby roster. I'm a big fan of Ruby. I actually don't watch too many animes, and there's actually a discussion to be had whether you should consider Ruby an anime or not. But for the sake of this conversation, we're going to consider Ruby an anime. Ruby is the first anime in a long time that I've actually cared about, and that I'm actually actively excited for new episodes. And that's why I was so excited about BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, because I love the characters in that world. So you can imagine my disappointment when the recent news dropped. For people who don't know, that world kind of works on a team basis. There are multiple different teams, and the main characters are a team of 4. That's why the show is called Ruby, because it makes up all of their first names. It goes Ruby, Weiss, Blake, and Yang. Ruby and Weiss had already been revealed for the game's main roster, which was enough to get me excited because I assumed that that meant Blake, Belladonna, and Yang were going to show up on the main roster as well, and then hopefully we would have like one extra Ruby character for DLC. That was kind of my dream scenario for BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, having 5 Ruby characters, the 4 main characters plus 1 extra one, and then my actual like dream scenario would be that we get Velvet, which is my favorite character in that franchise, but that's probably not going to happen because she's a relatively minor character. Now, with that being said, here is the news that dropped. Cross Tag Battle is scheduled to release on May 31st in Japan, and an international release only 1 week after that. So that's good. Japan does get access to the game a little earlier than us, but that's okay. And then the next piece of news is Blake Belladonna has been revealed, so that's exciting. Now, here's the disappointing part. Every character besides Blake Belladonna that has been revealed so far are going to make up the 20 main characters of the roster. Now, Blake Belladonna is going to be DLC. This is disappointing for me because I was hoping to see all 4 main members of Ruby on the main roster, because that would be a really good precedent to set, because that means come DLC time, we're possibly going to get an extra Ruby character, but it doesn't look like they're doing a traditional DLC format. This is where the next piece of news comes in. The other 20 characters are set to release as DLC. They're going to come in 6 different packs with 3 fighters in each pack. Now that actually has me excited, because what that means in my mind is that we actually might get 6 Ruby characters. Why do I think we're still going to get 6 Ruby characters? Well, if they're selling them in packs, I think it would make perfect sense to release a Ruby pack with Blake, Yang, and then whoever they want to have as the extra Ruby character. Maybe it's Ozpin, maybe it's, well, in my dream world, Velvet or Penny or somebody like that. Now, obviously, the big point of contention most people have with this announcement is that 20, literally half of the overall roster, is going to be DLC. And I don't think it's necessarily a problem. It depends how they end up doing this DLC cycle. How much are these packs going to cost? How much is the season pass going to cost? Is there going to be an in-game currency where you can unlock the DLC characters, similar to what Street Fighter does, but hopefully a less grindy version of that? Obviously, it's still going to be grindy, right? Because you're effectively grinding for real money, right? Because the alternative is spending real money on these characters. So it's interesting. I don't know. At first, I was like super upset when I heard about this news, right? Because immediately, there's a lot of bad news in there. Blake Belladonna is going to be DLC. That's already a big shock. And then you find out that 20 of the characters are going to be DLC. Again, that sounds crazy, but again, you think about it just for a minute, and you realize, well, hold on. There's a few different ways they could do this. This means we're going to get more characters, right? Because game development takes time. One of the reasons the release date is so early, the reason why it didn't get pushed back, is that they do have such a small roster at the start of this game. But allowing them to do half of the roster as DLC, they're able to push out the development of the game even past the release. That's, in the end, a good thing for us because we get more characters, but it is a bad thing for us because we're going to have to pay for these characters unless there's some type of in-game currency where we're able to unlock these characters, or at least some of them. Obviously, you're not going to be able to unlock all of the character DLC through playing in the game, because that would be insane. They wouldn't be able to make money. But maybe there's going to be some type of system like that. Who knows? I still want to be excited about Cross Tag Battle because Dragon Ball FighterZ is a game that is quote-unquote similar in the sense that it's a tag-based anime fighter. But Dragon Ball FighterZ is the first anime fighter that I've actually played, and I can say without a doubt that it's absolutely an enjoyable experience for me. Maybe even more so than Injustice's gameplay. That being said, I love the rest of Injustice. like the gear system. I also like the universal forward 3 and back 3 mechanic. I really like that, especially because you can meter burn it. I'm a big fan of that whole system. But if you've heard me talk about game design in the past, one of the things I really like is when companies go all out and they go flashy and they try to do all the crazy stuff, all the awesome things. This is a reason I'm in love with the gear system, but Dragon Ball FighterZ is all about being flashy, right? The animations are crazy, and the same thing can be said about BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, because this is Arc System Works. This is what they're known for. But it is a bit disappointing if you were excited about having those main RWBY characters on the main roster. Again, obviously a slight disappointment for me, but again, there's so many ways they could do this. We don't have all the information, and it gives me hope for even more RWBY characters to show up on the roster. Maybe even 2 of these packs are going to be RWBY packs. More than likely, what's actually going to happen is Persona might get 1 pack, BlazBlue will probably get 2 packs, Under Night and RWBY will get 1 pack, and then somebody else will get an extra pack. Maybe BlazBlue will get 3 packs. I don't know. Regardless, I am looking forward to this game. I hope you guys are looking forward to the game. Again, just a little bit disappointing news, but hopefully all is well in the end. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. My name has been BlazBlue, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.